information system, sir, no?
Yes.
Transaction processing system, sir.
Na-answer na ni Shinji.
Ay, okay, sir. Ano na, sir? Knowledge management system.
Okay, sige, thank you. So, next, Charlene. Charlene?
Yes, sir. Decision support system.
Yes, DSS. So, para na siya sa mga middle managers, mga owners, and for supporting decisions. Then, Erica.
Ano, sir? Database management system.
Yes, pwede siya ma-example, pero ang database management system ang good kay ano siya, purely lang siya for database. Okay? What else, Erica? Based atong discussion last time, mga types of information system.
Transaction processing, sir.
Na-answer na ni Shinji o ni Nicole. What else?
Ay. Brother. Umana, ano, sir? Decision support.
Manapod. Daghan na dira sa chapter 1 na to. Yes, Miss Erica? Wala na si Miss Erica. Yes, correct na, Mary, no? Executive support system. So, kung ang decision support system, para na siya sa middle managers.
Knowledge management.
Humanapod, Erica. Humanapod ang KMS. Na-answer na ni Nicole. So, ang executive support system, para na ang mogamit ana is katong mga CEOs, mga vice presidents, which provide executive decisions sa isa ka large organization. Pero ang nalang ana ay katong mga large organization. Sige mo, hinay jud data signal ni Erica. So, let's go back to her na lang later. So anyway, we'll now proceed with how you will analyze the processes in the business, and then unsa ang mga steps, no? What are the steps that you need to conduct, no, para ma-determine jud ninyo ang how IT can affect business processes, no? So we'll be discussing the planning processes, SWOT analysis, the different factors, and then how SDLC will serve as development and system projects, and then feasibility and the steps for investigation. So basically, the term business case, no, it refers to reason ngano kailangan man nato og isa ka business project. So, or justification to justify that you need this kind of IT project for the organization. And then, or for a proposal. Okay? So, Erica, just chat na lang your answer, no? Chat mo na lang. Okay, nag-start na pa. So, as strong daw the business case na they suggest, no, na kanina organization will pursue different alternatives. So, dili lang isa. So, if you are part of a large organization, when you are doing analysis of the business, you need to provide more than one alternative. Kumbaga, dili lang isa ang imong solusyon. Okay? So, because it would be in the firm's best interest to do so. So, always remember na in doing business, your always goal is to increase your sales. Okay? And to minimize the cost. Ana dyan na siya permente. I-minimize nimo ang cost. Of course, ikaw tagiya sa isa ka business, gusto ba din nimo nga dako kay mong magasto, di ba? So, you need to maximize your profit, minimize your cost. So that's how the business works daw. Now, systems development typically starts kung sa mga large organization, magsugod yun ang isa ka systems development with a systems request. Okay, magsugod na siya, systems request yun is so good. Then, pag nanay request, dawato na siya sa kinsa na office, MIS office ba, IT office ba. So, sila ang mag-conduct og preliminary investigation. So, the preliminary investigation, it involves feasibility study. Okay? So, when we conduct feasibility study, tan-aon jud na nimo tanan kung ato bang business is ready and capable ba ang atong organization to receive the request and to conduct and execute the request for systems development. Example, no, na mo propose na, ay, kailangan na natong payroll system kay 100 plus na atong employees. So, ikaw, as part of the IT office ba, or ikaw lang ba ang IT personnel, you need to conduct feasibility study. I-propose nimo sa imong manager or sa owner of the business na mao ni ang resources na kailangan o mao ni ang resources na wala sa atoa na kailangan para sa systems development sa pagbuhat sa payroll system. Then maghatag kag alternative, no, example payroll system 100 naman kabuk inyong empleyado. Ang first alternative ana could be mamalit na lang ta, dili na lang ta magbuhat sa diri, no, kay ikaw lang isang IT personnel, mandagan pa kay kag extra na trabaho man. Of course, additional na po na ikaw pa mo program sa payroll system. So, that's one alternative. Kana mo palit na lang or mo hire na lang og sa lain na nagabaligya og payroll system. No? Of course, imuhang tan-aw ng mga advantages and disadvantages ana kung mo palit. It may be that na mas dako ang cost, no? Another alternative is customized na information system for payroll. So, it could be nga, mag-hire na lang tag-programmer para siya ang mubuhat ana ng system and then siya na pud ang mga other systems in the future na buhaton. So, that's one, that's one alternative. Okay? So, ikaw as systems analyst, dapat mo provide ka og mga alternative solutions. Nakita nimo ang problema nga 100 na kabuk atong empleyado, di na makaya og mano-mano compute sa sweldo. So of course, no, na ikaw as systems analyst, tan-aw nimo tanan problems, tanan experiences na arise, mag-observe ka sa processes, and then you need to provide solutions. Dili lang solutions. So, maghatag kag mga alternative solution nga, sir, ma'am, mao ni siya ang akong alternative solution. Ang first natong solution is mag-hire ta or magpalit ta og payroll system. Another solution is mag-hire ta og programmer. Or, the third solution, pinaka-worst solution, dili ta magpalit kay mahal kayo ang gastohon. Okay? So, depende na siya sa owner kung unsay ilang pilion na mga alternative solutions or solutions for the katong na-arise na problem. So again, magsugod yun na siya sa systems request. And then tanaw nimo as systems analyst kung ilhabang request is feasible ninyo sa inyong company. When we say feasible, makaya ba sa company to do the job, no, of the request for the system development. So one way, no, is the wait lang guys. So one way is the SWOT analysis, no. So let's first define, no, what is a strategic planning, no. Strategic planning is basically you envision, no, na in 5 years time, no, mao na ni ang target, mao na ni akong sales, mao na ni siya ang akong mga employees, the number of employees. So of course, you as a business owner, you need to plan strategically. So one way of doing wait lang guys. One way of strategic planning is to basically conduct SWOT analysis. When we say SWOT analysis, it's basically the start of one way to start a strategic plan. So The letter of the SWOT no, is, of course, nasa screen, the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats. Okay? So, a SWOT analysis usually starts with the broad overview. I-overview nyo mo nga, ikaw as systems analyst, unsa man ang na-achieve na sa atong company. And unsa pa ang pwede nato ma-achieve o unsa ang mga failures sa company. That's the broad overview. And then usually pag mag-strategic plan ta using SWOT analysis, ano na siya ba? The entire management team sa isa ka company. Kung tayo ikaw as systems analyst, of course you're part of that. So the first step is for the katong top management no sa isa ka company will respond to the questions like this. First is unsa man ang atong strength as business? Untahay, kuan mo no, kantahay you're an internet cafe. Unsa man ang strength sa inyong business? Naaba sa promos ninyo, nabamoy ka ng 5 plus 1 hour, ana, no? Or you're a school, okay? Unsa may strength, no, sa inyong school? Your pareha sa MKD, no? Ang strength sa MKD would be the only school offering a 4-year degree, no, in Japanese language and culture. In Mindanao siguro na, I don't know kung na ba, but I believe in Davao region is the only school nga 4-year degree nga Japanese language and culture. That's one strength. Okay. And how can we use them to achieve our goals? So, tubag dapat na sa top management. So, unsa may magamit aning strength no sa business goals. So, what are weaknesses? How can we reduce or eliminate them? Okay, weaknesses. So, unsa man nato pag-eliminate ana niya. And then, what are our opportunities? When we say weaknesses, of course, ano na siya? Kanang unsa may kulang sa atong company na wala sa laing business. Okay, like hinay og internet connection, or you are a coffee shop ba, limited lang ang inyong mga menu, or milk tea ba mo, 5 lang kabuk inyong milk tea gina-offer. Oh, that's one weakness, di ba? Okay, nga 5 lang man pod, di ba? That's all. So, as far as business owner and as part of analyzing business process, you need to identify your weaknesses para part na po na sa strategic planning. Next would be opportunities. When we say opportunities, okay, mao na siya ang unsa may pwede nato ma-achieve in the future, mga opportunities. Like, pwede ta magbuhat og another branch, no, sa atong milk tea. Pwede ta mudungag sa atong menu. Okay? Pwede ta magpa-franchise. Okay? Another opportunity, kung eskwelahan mo, pwede ta mo add og bag-ong program or kurso, no? Bachelor in Business Administration, i-add na siya sa MKD, no? That's one example. And then threats is basically threats kanang i-identify ninyo katong mga possible na threats. Example, no, ang pinakadako jud kay na threat will be competition. Ikaw milk tea house ka or milk tea nga shop ka, no? Of course, sa palang daan, no, sa Damosa palang daan, pertinang daghan ng milk tea. So, that's a threat, no? Hala, nanapoy bagong milk tea dito sa Pikas Kanto. Diba? Isulat na nimo, 50 meters away from our shop is a new milk tea house. Okay? So, another threat will be mga government rules, no, and policies or regulations nga basig dili ninyo ma-achieve, no? Example, you are a water refilling station. Ugma na po na you're a water refilling station, no? naman ay mga regulations no i-test ang water quality. So naadyo na siya mga government regulations. So that's one threat na basig mabagsak mi sa test sa water quality. So these are the strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities and threats. So please remember that that's a large part of your prelim exam. Okay. So basa lang po dito sa atong mga akong gihatag na mga reference books no for more information about SWOT. So there is no standard approach no to strategic planning. Some managers believe that ang mission statement palang daan sa isa ka company naka si Annalyn nila. Wala ay naka dito sa taas will be katong mission statement na lang sa company. Pwede na po to siya, no? Part of that. And that is the result of your strategic plan because of the mission statement. And then would be the stakeholders, no? Kinsa man yung stakeholders? Of course, ang empleyado, ang imong customer is your main stakeholder. Mga government agencies will be your stakeholders. And then the goals, no? Unsa may goals sa business. And then unsa may objective nato sa isa ka organization. Okay? So with that, no, as you notice kanino na purpose, vision, values, with that, you will create your SWOT analysis. And then, you will provide new mission statement. From that, makabuhat mo og goal and objectives and mga identify nimo nyo ang results sa business and then your future and existing na stakeholders. And then with that, other mga feasibility study na lang like IT resources, human resources, financial resources, and other resources. So, you are this is just a case tool, no? We will just, parang, when you say case, no? Case is computer-aided systems development. Take note na case, computer-aided systems development. So, you are a systems analyst and then you will be using mga strategic planning tools using case, no? Computer-aided systems development. So with this, you can plan your assumptions, your goals, your objectives, your critical success factors, and many other types of statements. So what is the role no of the IT department in evaluating projects, no? So when we manage leadership and manage po din mong IT, they are closely linked to each other, no? And today, systems development is much more oriented, no? Makita ninyo sa mga nagatanaw mong startup na Korean something.
Hindi lang, sir.
Wala.
Ay, pagtanaw mong startup, ipa-require jud na ako.
Ay, sir, wala pa ko naman, sir. Episode 1 pa lang.
Tanaw, umano ninyo, pang IT, pang ano siya, ISIT jud kayo siya.
Okay, sir.
Sige, magpa-reflection day ko sa startup.
Okay po, sir. Wala pa ko nagsugod anong startup, sir.
So, di ninyo, kay ma-amaze man good mo. Di ba, Charlene, kita ka sa episode 1. So,
Yes, sir.
ano man good siya, it's drama man siya, no? But it's about how to struggle
Business related siya, sir.
Yes,
Business-related
yes.
content.
And business and IT related siya. And how you
sir.
struggle, how the characters and actors struggle, no, with surviving in the society o society sa IT, no. So I'll try siguro sa case study na to next no. I'll give parang reflection lang on the things you learn in the startup. Bahalag mga first 3 episodes lang yung tanawon. Yes, Mary, humana dyan siya, Mary. Kaya ako na siyang ipa-case study sa inyo. Anyway, so mato siya, no? So try to watch about startup because dako pod kay siya matabang pod no sa inyong project later on sa system analysis and design. Okay. So today, as I mentioned, no, na-mention ako ang startup because nakita dito sa startup na team-oriented jud ang dili pwede nga isa lang ang mubuhat system. So, dapat by team jud siya. I-identify nimo kinsa ang project manager, kinsa ang analyst, kinsa ang designer. Na, okay? So, although team-oriented development is the norm, no, as companies see the role of the IT department as a gatekeeper. So, if you look into the future, mga bagong industries, products, and services, of course, di pa na-mention dito sa startup nga more on artificial intelligence na, no, in the next 10 years. We can see different apps and mga different systems, mga different technologies na more on artificial intelligence. So, as a future systems analyst, you need to think of this, no, unsa may are we behind na ba kita na or organization behind na ba ta kaayo sa mga technological framework and factors nahitabo around the world, no? You need to do this, no? Kay basig ka ng systems request nila, basig pwede tayo na nato ma-integrate and ma-upgrade into, ma-align lang nato sa what is currently trending right now in terms of technology and in terms of integrating technology sa isa ka organization. Okay. So, a business case, although na-define na to, no, but a business case refers to the reasons or justification for a proposal. So, it should be comprehensive and easy to understand. So, kanang sad ninyo, the part nila ang business case. Okay? So, comprehensive siya. When you say comprehensive, kompleto jud siya. In short, taas kay siya. And then, pero dapat dali lang siya sabton. I-describe din mo ang project clearly. Unsa man dyan yung project? Like, magbuhat mo ang payroll system. So, dapat maka-describe yun. Your goal is to propose a payroll system for this organization. And you need to provide, a systems analyst, i-provide din mo nga, mao ni ang justification nga na si owner, kani jud ang iyang buhaton. That's why you need to provide also alternative solutions and mga disadvantages and advantages para na project or mga solutions. And lastly is estimate project's financial impact. Okay? Of course, ang isa ka project, part man gud na is cost. So, maggasto man jud ang isa ka organization. Wala, as they say, no, wala may libre karon. So, you need to provide financial impact, no? Dako ba kayo siyang makuha na kwarta sa pag-develop sa system, mga resources, unsa may mga kailangan resources. However, since nanani siya na system, mo increase ba ang productivity, may increase ba ang efficiency, and mo increase ba ang sales? Ibutang na nimo sa business case. So, these are the main reasons for systems project, no? Of course, we start by systems request. So, ngano mag-request man ang isa ka organization for system development? So, these are the mga main reasons. First is the improved services. Of course, no, ikaw na lang ang wala nag-online nga business, no? Business, nagabaligyag mga products ba, no? Murag, ikaw na lang ang grocery store ang walay online capability for delivery of your products, no? So, murag lain, murag mapildi na ka sa competition. So, part of that will be improved services, no? And then second will be reduced cost. So, the reduced cost, of course, as a business owner, you want to reduce your cost. Adi lang ha, kanay ni abot. Yes. Yes. What is that? Okay, so parenta, no? Reduce cost and then strong, better performance of your company, of course. So stronger controls. When we say stronger controls, no, you have mas greater pa na control sa imong organization in terms of finances, in terms of schedule, in terms of project, etc. And then more information, of course, no, you need to gather more information for research and development. And then lastly, to support new products and services, no. The new products and services basig kamo di ay ang makabuhat og mga new technologies, no, for the entire community. Okay? Example, 'di ba sa una wala pa ning mga Bluetooth, wala pa ning mga smartphone. It would be great for your company no that you will be the one to create your a new product or services, 'di ba? Okay, sa durian pizza ba? Ambot kung nanabay durian pizza, magluod man kayo pero basig mo patok di siya, 'di ba? Milk tea basig wala nana siya sa una pero wala lang na-introduce sa ato ang anong sige ko milk tea no. Nangita siguro ko milk tea karon basi gusto mo mag ipa-food panda ko yung milk tea dara. Char lang. Joke lang. And then factors that affect systems project. Of course no ang isa ka project sa systems development, dili na siya always nga positive. Nadyo na yung mga factors nga naga-affect nga pag-develop sa isa ka system. So, daghan kay factors no. First is ang mga request sa user no kung mao ba ni ang request sa user. Next will be IT department. So, kaya ba sa IT department nga magbuhat ani? Next will be the existing processes and systems and data. So, example, needed din yung human resource information system. Kaya ba sa existing nato na data and systems? Next will be government. Of course, mag-base ta sa rules and regulations sa government, no? Kung tahay your sharing system, then pag mag-print magud mong resibo, dapat katong gawas na resibo, registered to siya sa BIR. And katong machine dapat sa pag-print sa resibo, registered po to sa BIR. So, you need to consider that, no? By the way, the government is external factors. The internal factors, ang isa de ato is your strategic plan. Kani ba nga project, align ba ni sa strategic plan ninyo sa business? Those are the internal factors. The external factors is the technology na basi manggod nga mag-propose mo project na kailangan na ang communication systems sa inyong company kay hologram na siya. Kasi kita na mo, kasabuton sa hologram, no? Kita mo na sa mga anime o sci-fi. Di ba? Kuman mo na mo propose og project ana, buang-buang siguro ni kinsa mo propose ni project. Di ba? Basi kamo day ang mag-start anag ka ng hologram, no? New products and services. So, atong tanawon kung kaya ba, no? Existing ba na siya na technology ka ng hologram? So, of course, you need to consider that. Then, suppliers, no? Naabay mo supply anak sa inyo, ha? Naabay mo hatag ang consultancy. Customers, no? You need to, main stakeholders nato is customers. Iinganyo ba na siya sa customer, i-appreciate ba na siya? Competitors, no? Basig, we are already part of the fiery competitors, no? And then, you need to consider what are their services. Also in the economy. Those are the factors, no? So, project management, naman yung lahi nga subject, no? Project management. I believe, second year ni siya. Di lang ko sure. Na ba may project management karon?
Wala,
Wala,
sir.
sir.
So, next year pa siguro na siya project management. So, dako pud kay ni siya nga topic ang project management. So, let's just give overview, no? When we say project management, these are the different techniques on managing systems project. So, in project management, sa systems development, of course, iagi pa man nag-process, pag-approve siya, no? You will be planning, you will be scheduling, you will be monitoring, and you will be controlling, and lastly, you will be reporting the sa project, no? The milestone, the updates sa project. Systems analysts or the IT staff, often they will handle the small projects, no? And then, however, ka ng mga large companies, nadyo gina-designate na project manager. So, Systems Review Committee or a Computer Resource Committee evaluate systems request. So, di ba, as I said, no, the first part is the systems request form. So, usually sa mga large companies na yung systems request form. Pero sa mga is systems request. Yes. Wait lang guys ha. Yes. Sige. Ano pa ko alas 6 mo mandiri.
Dili. Wala lang ako mag-chikar ako.
Magpa-
Hindi ka tanong sa inyo.
Ay, ano to? Ako na ipakita. Hindi pa buhat pa na akong library. Library holdings ba? Papa man to. Okay, so ito siya, no? Mag-start yun ng systems request. And then, systems review committee. So, sa mga large companies, pwede lang mula ka. Systems review committee, sila ang review no sa systems request no, pero sa mga small companies isa lang katao, usually si systems analyst na lang nag-review So part also with the strategic planning no of the company in a systems development project is to create a feasibility study. So the feasibility analysis or feasibility study, this is where kung kaya ba buhaton sa company o worthwhile ba na i-proceed siya further. So, these are the different feasibility analysis. So, economic feasibility, technical feasibility, schedule feasibility, and operational feasibility. So, ang operational feasibility, no, it will depend on several vital issues, no? So, it means ba ang operational feasibility, it means that the proposed system will be used effectively ba after it has developed. If users have difficulty with a new system, it will not produce the expected benefits. So, operational feasibility depends on issues. Example ng mga issues nga, suportahan ba sa management ang project, no? Ang user ba will support, no? The current of course na current system, no? Example kung payroll system, kung ang current system ba will be effectively used kung naanay ka tong actual na payroll na information system, no? And then will the users result in workforce reduction, no? I don't know if you have heard news, no? Nasa startup na Korean series na dahil atong gi-propose nila na atong iyang sister gi-propose nila na AI technology sa security, natanggal ang mga security guards. Kaya naman buhaton to siya sa ilahang AI system. Okay? So, mo-reduce ba ang workforce? Maapektuhan ba ang employees? So, these are mga operational feasibility. You need to consider that, no? Kinsa mga employees na kailangan, kinsa mga employees na apektuhan, you need to identify the users, and then you need to identify the existing system, and then etc. no? You can read lang sa atong PDF file no katong kay Shelley and Rosenblatt. And then technical feasibility. When we say technical feasibility, the word technical pa lang, no, is of course mga technologies, software, and hardware na mga requirements. Example, mag-propose mo og human resource information system. So, kailangan ba siya o bagong software, mga third-party software? Kailangan ba siya o computer na mga bagong computers? Kailangan ba siya scanner? So, you need to identify mga hardware and software requirements sa technical feasibility. And then mga other technologies na needed, no? And then you need to identify also unsay mga existing na mga technologies, hardware and software nga naa sa company, unsay kailangan paliton. Next will be economic feasibility. It means the projected benefits of the proposed system outweigh the estimated cost, usually consider the total cost of ownership. So when we say total cost of ownership are the cost which includes support and maintenance cost and acquisition cost. So that's the entire cost of ownership sa imong system. So tagpila jud ang system which includes mga cost for support, maintenance, and acquisition. So, sa economic feasibility, ma-identify dapat nimo ang total cost of ownership. Okay? So, to determine total cost of ownership, you need to identify mga tanan cost. Tanan cost sa people, hardware, software, mga training, licensees, mga ipang-print, mga papers, mga isubmit na mga kailangan ng mga rules and regulations sa government na mga permits, etc. Okay? So that is TCO. Facility cost, electricity. So next will be tangible benefits. When we say tangible benefits, take note, nasa book na ha, tangible benefits are benefits that can be measured in dollars. Okay? Example of tangible benefits is a new scheduling system that reduces overtime. So, of course, pag i-reduce nimo overtime, no, makompute man na nimo nga, ay, sa una, wala pa'y system, dagan kay daga-overtime. Karon kay, ma-reduce na natong overtime. So, ma-compare nimo ang previous na overtime o karon na overtime. An online package tracking system that improves service and decreases the need for clerical staff. Okay? So, those are tangible benefits. Next will be intangible benefits. Identify nimo ang intangible benefits. It's a user-friendly system that improves employee job satisfaction. So, a sales tracking system that supplies better information for marketing decisions. So, mga intangible benefits are advantages that are difficult to measure in dollars. Pero, importante siya sa company. Next will be schedule feasibility. When we say schedule feasibility, it means that a project can be implemented in an acceptable time frame. So makaya ba, mabuhat ba ni siya karon na month, karon na year, di ba? So you need to provide factors no affecting the schedule. Of course, you need to provide maapektuhan ba ang management ng mga activities, maapektuhan ba mga different nabay risk no sa project management o sa mga kailangan sa coordination, nabay project manager kinsa mag-oversee sa project. So that is the schedule feasibility. Then to evaluate no feasibility, you need to first identify and mga systems request na dili siya feasible. Di ni kailangan na systems request, tanggalon na lang nato niyo siya. Even if the request is feasible, basig dili po siya necessary sa karon, no? So, ibutang lang sa ninyo, next year na lang ni siya, wala pa tayo kwarta. Feasibility analysis is an ongoing task that must be performed throughout the system's development process. So, as you go on, maski na approve ng project, padayon lang gihapon mo pag-analyze sa feasibility. So, you need to set priorities, no? So, will the proposed system ba ma-reduce ang cost? Kanus when, where, how much. Okay? You need to identify that. So, will the system increase revenue for the company? Where, when, and how much. Okay? So, di ba, anak ko, ang isa ka business or ang isa ka project para sa business should reduce or minimize cost and maximize profits or increase the revenue. So, mag-justify dapat na ninyo when you set up priorities. So, will the system project result in more information? Will the system serve the customer better? Etc. So, these are the questions na kailangan ninyo matubag no, para ma-set ninyo o ma-identify ninyo ang priority sa isa ka system development. You need to identify also discretionary and non-discretionary na mga projects. When we say discretionary projects, these are projects where management has a choice in implementing the project. So, ang discretionary is ang management sila ang mag-decide. Okay? Ang non-discretionary, these are projects where no choice exists. So, kailangan na siya buhaton or i-implement. So, walay choice of management, kundi padayon dyan ni na mga non-discretionary projects. So, next will be the preliminary investigation. So, of course, no, na-approve na ang project sa feasibility analysis, na-approve na siya sa top management. Ang systems analyst or ang IT department or kinsa man tong project manager, siya na mag-conduct sa preliminary investigation. Okay? And then, mo hatag siya mga recommendations sa top management na ipadayon ba ang project or dili. So, you need to interact first with your manager and the user. So, let people know, no, of course, mag-letter mo ba or mananghid mo nga, mag-observe mo o mag-investigate o kung sa'y role ninyo sa project. Okay, of course, mga attitude man po usahay ang mga employee, of course, it must be considered. So, be careful, no, of the use of the word problem, no, kanang, ayaw jud pag mag-investigate mo in your future, no, nga sad na project, no, karon ayaw jud niyo i-emphasize nga naay problema sa ilahang ano. Emphasize lang ninyo na naay difficulty, unsay mga pwede i-improvement sa ilang processes. So, kay naay mga employees or mga managers na very particular sa mga unsay makita niyo ng mga problems. Question users about additional capability they would like to have. And then, during a preliminary investigation, systems analyst typically follows a series of steps. An exact procedure depends on the nature of the request, the size of the project, and degree of urgency. So, ang first step basically is, of course, as systems analyst, we need to understand the problem first. Okay? So, ito man ang problem, no? I-investigate, i-understand sa ninyo nga, based sa systems request, unsa man ilang problem. Unsa may pwede na to ma-improve, no? So, natay ginatawag na fishbone diagram, no, or Ishikawa diagram para sa step 1. Okay? So, later na lang Ishikawa diagram, I will give you chance to discover, no, is Ishikawa diagram. So, I'll give you freedom to explore how it works, no, the fishbone diagram. So next will be define the project scope and constraints. So when we say scope, hantod asa lang ang hantod asa lang ang system or ang project. Wait lang ha. Okay, when we say project scope, basically project creep rather, no? Na-explain naman ako ang project creep. Project creep are projects with general scope definitions at risk at expanding gradually without specific authorization. So, example, no, magbuhat mo ka ng cashiering system and then na-mention dito sa scope na dili siya i-online and then habang nag-develop mo sa system, ningon na ang user nga, online na lang na siya. Tapos naka-set up na mo sa inyong system na dili siya pwede i-online. So, but that's project creep, no? Sobra na siya sa scope sa isa ka project. So, you need to consider that, no? And you need to identify nga, hantod scope lang dyan. Kung sa'yo na-identify sa user, or you need to identify future project creep para makabalo ang top management. Next will be constraint. No? When we say constraint, these are mga possible requirements or condition that the system must satisfy or an outcome that the system must achieve. No? Take note na siya sa ato ang PDF file. So, natay present or versus future constraint, internal versus external constraint, and mandatory versus desirable constraint. So, try to read na lang sa PDF file. Next will be fact-finding. So, when we say fact-finding, no, you will find facts. Fact-finding yan eh. So, this involves various techniques, no. Pwede mo mag-observe, pwede mo mag-interview, pwede mo magpa-survey. So, it consumes several hours, days, or weeks. Kaya you need to identify jud unsa jud ang kailangan buhaton sa project. So, you need to analyze the organization chart. And then, as I mentioned, no, you will conduct interview, tanaw mo mga documents, mga resibo, mga reports, tanaw nimo, i-observe nimo ang actual na operation sa isa ka store, sa isa ka department, and you might conduct also user survey. Next step will be to analyze project usability, cost, benefit, and schedule data. Before you can evaluate feasibility, you must analyze this data carefully. So, ano sa mga kailangan na information na to obtain? How will you gather those information and analyze those information? So, kailangan ba mo mag-interview? What sources on information you will need? Will you conduct survey ba? Kinsa mga involved sa survey? How much will it cost ba para mag-analyze sa information? Magbayad ba mo data analyst? And then step 5 will be evaluate na the feasibility. Isulat na ninyo. Start reviewing the answers to the questions you ask during fact-finding. So, isulat ninyo sa operational feasibility, mao ni ang nakita na mo na investigation. Sa technical feasibility, mao ni nakita na mo na mga findings, economic feasibility and schedule feasibility. Okay? So, you will next step will be you will present the results and recommendations to management. So, the final task, basically, report ninyo sa management ang results of feasibility study. Okay? And then, you will recommend, no, kung case of for actions, mga roles sa project, pila kanus ang mahuman, pila ang duration, pila ang needed na cost or budget, unsa na mga benefits. Okay? So, these are just a summary, no? Na may say strategic planning. This allows you a company to examine its purpose, vision, and values, no? And develops a mission statement. And then, ang system project, para man jud ni sa organization, no? To improve performance, cost, controls, and provide better services. Okay? So, after ani, sa chapter 2, will be basically about systems, systems development life cycle and the different topics, no, I believe na dito sa atong drive later on, na i-open lang ko later. So, any questions, no, before I'll give my final blessing, my final instructions?
Ako sir, wala sir.
Okay. Kailang ha. Any questions, Charlene?
Wala po, sir.
Okay. Sige, bantay bitaw. Anyways, actually, ganan po ko sa inyong mga answer sa case study, no? Although nasa your part dito nga, very gamay lang copied, pero paraphrase man po ninyo siya. Okay, which is good, no? You know how to paraphrase. Okay, so,
Sir, katong sir ba? Itong sa LinkedIn, good sir, LinkedIn. Dili lagi makita ang sir, ang mga users.
Wala siguro nakay LinkedIn na nakay LinkedIn na profile nagbuhat ka.
Yes sir, dili pag mag-search ko system analyst kay stop na ko sila kay dili na ko sila ma-answer.
Wait lang, nalibog ko ha. Sorry. Unsay imong dili makita?
Diba tong activity na imong gipabuhat sir kay naman to'y mag-look og mga people nga system analyst sa activity. Picturean ay i-screenshot ang asa sila nag-work o ilang full name niya. Dili man to makita sir sa ako sir kay wala daw may connection singana.
Same po sa ako, sir.
Same po sa kuha, sir.
Um, mhm.
Pero na ako'y nakitaan isa lang pero naka-public man to iyang account.
Times sa, ang mga naka-public na account dire.
Kato kung gipangita sir, katong mga naka-public account. Kaya uban din legit nimo mag-view ilang name, ilang asa
Okay,
sila na
ang importante lang no, importante like dili lang systems analyst no. Siguro like systems designer ba siya, programmer ba siya, systems developer ba siya. Kung and then try to kung wala jud sa LinkedIn, I'll give you the freedom to choose other platforms na lang. Unsa na platform like social media ba, and then kung gusto niyo siya i-message, then you can message them to ask kung pwede, kung okay lang sila like salary ba nila, nilang posisyon. Sige, siguro, ano na lang, any job that is related with systems development process sa LinkedIn. Men kung wala jud niyo makita sa LinkedIn, then try other platforms na maka-search mo sa ilahang actual na position or mga needed information dito sa case study. Okay ba? Sa Facebook ba? Sa Twitter? And then, at least you can have connections, no? You can try to interview them through messages. Okay ba, Tana, Shinji?
Okay po, sir.
Sige. Okay. So, for your case study, no, I'll just upload sa Google Classroom, no, for your case study. And for your prelim exam, I will just select lang muna sa prelim exam. Basically, you will just be conducting katong steps in preliminary investigation, no? Through interviews ba, etc. Okay? So, I'll just post lang sa classroom, no, for the prelim exam. So, kumbaga, mura siya preliminary investigation na pagbuhat og SWOT analysis, pagbuhat atong mga feasibility study, feasibility na mga pag-evaluate sa feasibility. Pero small ano lang no, small projects lang. So individual na siya ha no, kay this is an exam. So I'll give you topics na lang siguro. Ako na lang mag-identify o mag-pick og topics and projects na inyohang basehan no og inyohang organization na inyohang tanawon lang online lang no. Kung sila makita sa online na mga organizations. Bahalag dili na ta mag-message sa mga users dito ana. Okay? So, at least ma-describe na ko inyo ang prelim exam. So, you will be conducting a preliminary investigation up to evaluating feasibility study lang siya. Magbuhat og SWOT, magbuhat og feasibility study, and then on a specific organization for a specific project. And then ako maghatag sa inyo mga topics sa project topics, and then sa unsay buhatan ninyo na feasibility study and SWOT analysis. And then pwede dili na requirement mag-interview or pwede dili siya requirement pero pwede niyo buhaton no if you want to if you want to do it no katong giingon nato na fact finding techniques. Dili lang man fact finding techniques na sa mga observation, interview, pwede naman mo magtan-aw sa mga naa sa online. Kung sa may lang niyo, limited lang na mga access lang siya. Kung sa makaya lang niyo makuha ng mga information. Ibutang niyo sa SWOT analysis, ibutang niyo sa feasibility analysis. Okay, so sige lang, maghatag lang ko karong weekend sa katudyong iyahang detailed jud na instruction for the prelim exam. Okay? So I'll give you a case study also. Duha gyapon na case study as a result of this discussion. No, one case study i-post na ko siya. The second case study is katong gi-mention na ko na reflection sa ano sa startup na Korean series. Reflection lang. Unsay inyong natun-an, unsay relevant ba siya sa system analysis and design. Okay, I'll also give that instruction this weekend dito sa atong class. Okay, any question? Napakoy next na klase. Yes,
sir?
Erica.
Nag-record ka, sir?
O, gi-record na ko siya, pero hopefully, dili na ni ano na po. Kay last time, ang good sa pag-record na ako, kay na ano siya, dili siya ma-save. Hopefully, Erica, no, ma-save ni siya, then ako i-upload gihapon sa YouTube as a private na link. Nag-record ko, yes.
Sige, sir.
Okay.
Kay, wala akong sir. Kay, happy akong
Okay
unstable
lang.
ang
Sige.
connection.
Okay. Sige, any question pa para we can end na our session? Wala na question?
Wala naman, sir.
Okay. So again ha, namoy do ka case study, then prelim exam. Sige lang, siguro the prelim exam, i-post na ko karong Saturday or karong weekend, and then i-submit ninyo siya hopefully 10 days after. Hopefully lang ha. Pero you can still submit beyond the deadline. Pero of course, katong makasubmit on time will have higher score. Case study answers will also be posted sa inyong blog gihapon. Okay? So since wala na tay question, thank you for coming everyone.